guys, sorry I had to do that. My camera was acting very weird and I accidentally deleted my other video, so I had to start all over. So today I'm going to be doing a story time video. It's going to be about how I miscarried. Basically what a miscarriage is, if you don't know what it is, it's basically when you're pregnant and you lose the baby. Now, I'm not talking about, you have a high risk when you're 10 to 13 weeks pregnant for miscarrying. And so, I'm going to try not to cry throughout this video. This is actually my second time doing this video, so I should be okay. But I'm not, there's other people out there, there's other women out there, I should say, that have better stories than I do, I'm sure. So, I'm trying to think of some off my head. Missy Lanning, I think she had one. I think she might have a story about it. I think that's the only one I really know, to be honest, is Missy Lanning. Yeah. So if you want to, you can go check her video out too and see what she went through. And I'm sure hers is probably way better, more thoughtful than mine. I just kind of put this all together on the spot because I was trying to think of new videos to make and I just came up with this. So I'm going to be basing this video on talking about the symptoms, the signs, the pain, DNC or pill, and the hospital care. I'm going to be doing like a little review on the hospital I went to. And I'll get into what a DNC is when I talk about the DNC or pill part. So the three parts I'm going to be talking about today is the symptoms, the signs, and the pain. Right now, not today, I should say. Yeah, I'm shedding. Look at that. You can see that hair? Yeah. So I'm going to start out with when I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant on October 10th of 2015. It was about 5 weeks, and we thought I was longer than that, because I totally spaced on when my last period was. TJ! Gotta keep calling him in here, because, and then I think I was about 10 weeks when I miscarried. I'm not very sure. I kind of remember some parts and I kind of don't. So the symptoms is basically just pain, and I'm talking about abdominal pain. It feels like someone's in there, like, with a knife going like this and stabbing your uterus wall. What do you got? TJ, come here. Come here. Hey, no. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. No, come here. He's not coming to me. There we go. Come here. Let's show your beautiful face, huh? Hi. I was bending over in pain. I was crying. I mean, these weren't normal cramps like you would have with the period. Well, unless you're like me and you have really, really bad cramps. But these were just these were 10 times worse than what normal period cramps are. You're feeling a pad with blood about every 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how, like, really, really bad you're bleeding. So just look for that. Also, blood clots. And I'm not talking about, those little blood clots you pass when you're on your period. I'm talking, and I know this is going to be very, very graphic video. I just want to put a disclaimer out that I'm not a doctor. And if you feel like you're bleeding, well, if you are bleeding and you feel like that's not normal for you, if you're pregnant or not pregnant, go to your doctor. Go see a gynecologist. I mean, make sure that everything's okay. I just want to put that out there because I'm just making this video because I want you guys to know the symptoms of what a miscarriage is, and what the symptoms are, and how I coped with it. So, I'm not making this video because I'm gross or anything like that. I'm making this video because it's kind of educational and women need to know it, especially new mothers or aborting new mothers, I guess you could say. So let's just get back into it now. After that said, passing softball size blood clot is definitely a symptom. I think I might have passed 2 or maybe 3, I can't remember. I think I passed 2 at home and 1 at the hospital. This is just parts of the baby's sac that you're passing. So that's a sign that you need to go to the ER. So pain in the abdominal area and stomach area that feels like, you know, cramps but 10 times worse. This is what they call contractions. I didn't feel the contractions in my back. Excuse me, sorry. I felt them mostly in my stomach, in my abdominal area. So, that's mostly where I felt them at. Now, the pain is horrible. It's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like broke my scale because, and I can't really vouch for a person who actually full out, blown out, had the baby at 9 months. I'm sure that's probably way worse than this. But, I guess you could say this is kind of a test run to see how you act with it because it hurts. I'm not gonna lie, it's really bad. DNC or pill. A DNC is a medical procedure that they do, and they go into your uterus and they scrape everything off of the uterus wall to make sure that everything from the baby is out of you. If they don't do that, then you can get very, very sick. You can get some yeast infection and UTI, and I'm sure you can get diseases if it's not cleared out properly. Or they have a pill you can take. I don't remember the name of it, but what they do is you can't take it orally. They put it up your butt, and I guess they say that your butt has a better mucus, so it kind of breaks down the pill better, and it's faster that way. Which, as if you put it in your mouth, it probably would take a lot longer than what they would expect it to if they just went up your butt. And I know this is very graphic, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm not gross. It's just I want to make this video because it's educational, and people need to know this. And by people, I mean women, basically. So that's basically what the DNC is, and the pill just makes your uterus contract. I basically passed everything at home, so I was basically done with passing everything, but they just do this to make sure, like I said, that your uterus is clean and that everything is out. She did say, my doctor did say that sometimes there are pieces of the uterine wall that will stay in there and that just pass when you're done, and that they will just pass during the time of your life when, you know, after you get out of the hospital. She said not all of it would come out, but they want most of it to come out. If you have bits and pieces in there, I'm sure that's okay. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not really, you know, really gifted in this department. But, that's what my doctor said. So, just going off of what she said. So, yeah, you will pass some parts after you get home. All of it will come out, and just give it time. So, and then I'm going to do the review on the hospital. I went to the, like I said earlier in the video, I went to the hospital 3 times. I went to Community East, and I believe this was on Ritter Avenue, or Ritter Street, or whatever, in Indianapolis. This is when I lived there, actually. I don't live there anymore, but I used to. And so the first time I wasn't really bleeding that bad, but I was still bleeding, and I wasn't supposed to be bleeding, because I was on my period. But then I did not know that you can bleed when the egg is attaching itself to the uterus wall. So I was kind of really concerned because I knew I was pregnant and I knew I wasn't supposed to be bleeding. But on the second time I went, I was bleeding more heavy. And I wasn't feeling a pad, every 30 minutes to an hour, but I was bleeding pretty bad. Like, I knew I wasn't supposed to be bleeding because I was pregnant. So I went there again, and they told me that, they were just going to send me home because I was in the middle of a miscarriage, and that everything was going to be okay. Which, they were right, everything is okay. But I lost a lot of blood, and if it wasn't for me going home, I'm pretty sure they probably would have been able to keep my blood count up higher than 3, because my blood count was 3 when I got there the 3rd time, and I almost died, let's just say that. I was dizzy, I was weak, I barely could really talk, I couldn't move. I took an ambulance because I couldn't wait for one of my husband's family members to get home. I felt like if I would have waited, I would have probably died, and I was shaking a lot, and I just wanted to get to the hospital and get some fluids in me and feel better. So that's why I called an ambulance. So the 3rd time, I felt like the hospital should have kept me over, because if it wasn't for them sending me home, then my blood count wouldn't have been that low. But they nursed me back to health, and they did a very good job. I was at a period in time where I couldn't eat anything, and I was so hungry. But they do that just to make sure that everything goes by smoothly, I guess. I don't know why, I can't remember what they call it when you can't eat, but it's some technical term, when they say you can't eat. So, it was a horrible experience, but then again, it was a good experience, because even though I did lose my baby, I know that he or she is with me all the time. And I would have much rather have lost it earlier on in the pregnancy than in 9 months, when I went to go have it and I could see it and find out that it wasn't going to live. That would have just hurt me more than this did. So just think about that when you have a miscarriage. Don't think about the negative part. I mean, yes, it hurts, and I know I really can't say not to think about the negative part because it hurts. But I believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that my body could not handle what was going to happen in 9 months. And therefore, my body just shut everything down, and that's why I had a miscarriage. Now, I had a brother who was, I probably shouldn't be talking about this because my dad and my mom watch my videos, and I had a family member, let's just say, I'll say that, who passed away. That seems more better, and I already know that I said brother, but I'm just going to say family member because that makes it more comforting. Who passed away when they were born. And they didn't pass away until after 2 hours. They had 2 hours to live, and I know the person who had them they both were very, 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 very devastated and hurt them very badly. One person, till this day, doesn't want to talk about it, and they think that they have to shut it down because they don't want anyone to see them cry. And it's okay to cry. Real people cry. I cried when I found out I was losing my baby. I bawled my eyes out. And even though I don't cry as much as I used to when I found out, I am happy to know that they are in a much, much better place than what we are. Trust me. This world has come to, I don't even know what it came to right now. I mean, I'm hoping, and I know I'm going to get a bunch of hate when I say this because it's going to just escalate from here, but I'm hoping Donald Trump and Mike Pence can just make America great again because this is crazy. Anyway, my video just went from probably about 50 views to 15. So don't beat yourself up. No, it's not your fault that you tried the best you could, that you did everything. And just keep telling yourself that they are in a much better place than what you are. And I believe that when one door closes, another one opens. I got this wonderful guy right here, and I also got another dog outside. I actually got Rebel, who's the outside dog, after I had the miscarriage. And she was basically my cope dog, and she helped me through a lot. She knew when I was sad, and he knows when I'm sad. He knows when I get hurt, too. Like, earlier I coughed, and he just woke up, and he was like, "Oh, Mommy, are you okay?" So just think about that. Just think that when one door closes, another one opens, and everything will be okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, just go to my blog. I will put it in the description box below. And I'm sorry if this made you guys cry, or I'm sorry if it grossed you out. It was a little bit of a really detailed video, but like I said, women need to know about this, especially new coming mothers. I just want to say that even if you do have a miscarriage, you're still a mom. I get Mother's Day cards and go out to Mother's Day dinners, and my grandma got me flowers, as I got her flowers too, for Mother's Day, and I didn't really expect it. And it was an amazing feeling. Just because you lose it doesn't mean you're not a mom. And just remember that, because you still love it, you still cherish it, and you still will do anything for it, even if it's not here, you know. In person, it's here in spirit. So just remember that. Remember to be you, and I will see you guys in the next